Welcome back to another edition of Edgework here, October 8th. I'm Zack Phillips, joined by So Money and Matt Alber. We're going to be breaking down the three games on the schedule for opening day of the NHL season 2024-2025, part of the Hammer Betting Network. And if you are new to the show here, presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. So we will dig into all three of those games, taking a look at those on the FanDuel lines. And we will give out best bets, track them into our BetStamp account if people haven't checked that out already. Winning over the last couple of seasons, so make sure to head on over there. But as I did mention, we are presented by FanDuel, and the NHL is back. FanDuel is bringing you more action than ever because everyone knows hockey just hits different. Load up a power play with the hottest same-game parlays found on the Parlay Hub. Lace them up and follow your bets with player prop tracking or bet on the fly with the Pulse. The hunt for the cup starts here. You can get more from the NHL with FanDuel, North America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers can kick off the season with $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. If you just place any $5 bet, you'll get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Disclaimer. Please play responsibly. You must be 19 plus and physically located in Ontario. Gambling problem? Call 1-866-531-2600. That's 1-866-531-2600 or visit connectsontario.ca. Gentlemen, let's get into it here. I mean, let's not waste any time. We did the hour and 45-minute preview show yesterday, teeing up the entire season. We got all those out of the way, all the individual conferences, divisions, best bets, all of it. It's all on the sheet. People will be able to find there as well, so you can check all of that stuff out. Let's go over to game number one of the day, courtesy of the FanDuel Sportsbook, pulling this one up here, 4:40 p.m. Eastern Time. So many, that must be nice for you as well, right in the middle of the day for opening day of the NHL. But as we check this one out, the St. Louis Blues on the road to take on the Seattle Kraken. St. Louis currently plus 130. Seattle Kraken minus 156 here in this one. We're seeing a total of 5.5. The over there minus 130 on FanDuel. So Money, we'll go to you first. What are your thoughts on this game? What we might see differently out of these two teams into this first game of the season here, and any thoughts on where we currently see this line sitting at?
Yeah, before I begin though, there's a comment in the chat. Charles, Florida Panthers fan, he's right. We didn't congratulate
We
the
didn't.
Panthers
No.
yesterday. We should have. So congratulations to the Florida Panthers. Well deserving.
Yes.
Good job on the Stanley Cup. Hope
Got
they're
their rings yesterday too, by the way, and those things were beautiful.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So good job, guys. Good job, good job, Charles. For the game, yeah, the start time is good for us. I don't know how good it is for the for the Seattle fans there in the right in the middle of the day on a weekday. But
Yeah.
Seattle, the number has the the number has drifted a bit. I did play Seattle, and I still like them at minus 156. I think we can go ahead and lock in half a unit on that. I'm not going to do a full unit on Seattle at the 156. Um, Seattle is a team that is intriguing to me because I think that by all accounts their goaltending is going to improve this year. Right? Um, that's been an issue for them. Reports out of camp is that Grubauer looked really good after a tough start to the to a training camp. He's really turned it around. I'm looking for that to continue. Seattle has goals, we know that, but St. Louis is not really the type of team that is gonna kind of make them take advantage of that. So I do like Seattle here. St. Louis, we touched on St. Louis quite a bit yesterday. I know that a lot of the guys are lower on them. I don't know what to make of St. Louis. They have a there's a big variance around that team, right? So I think that here Seattle's a team I want to play on. I've bet them, and then for half a unit we're good. And then they're a team that I want to keep close tabs on moving forward.
Okay, so first bet of the season. It took us 5 minutes to lock that one, and we're gonna go a half unit on the Seattle Kraken there. Locked in on the BetStamp app as well. You can find all the picks over there at Edgework HQ if you want to track everything that we've given out throughout the course of the season. It's gonna stay the same, and this year we're gonna do things a little bit differently as well, just so people know. Every bet that every person on this show gives out, we are going to assign a tag to. So if you want to go back after the fact and see who gave out what bet, you should be able to find those in there as well. We can sort through and see how everyone's doing throughout the course of the season. But so money on Seattle, minus 156 there, first bet of the season. Albert, do you got anything else for us in this game? You have any thoughts before we move on?
Yeah, so before that, I guess I'll give congratulations to the Panthers too on rounds 1, 2, and 4. I refuse to speak about round 3, so we don't need to go down that road. But the other 3 rounds, congratulations on those. These are obviously 2 teams that I'm pretty high on going into the year, kind of noted by the fact that I said that both of them are going to make the playoffs yesterday, which is definitely going out on a bit of a limb here. As far as the Seattle play, I'm not there personally. I think the line is good at this point. I definitely agree with the move. Do we know who's going to be in net for Seattle here? Because I think the sentiment is it's probably Grubauer, but like Decord was the far better goalie last year. If I'm Seattle, like I'm starting Decord here. And he had a really good year. So as far as whether Seattle's goaltending can get much better, that I'm not really sure about. What I did play here was I played the over yesterday. I think at this minus 130, yeah, we can go ahead for a half unit on that. Um, I think if we see Grubauer, that this price kind of stays or maybe even goes up a little bit. If it's Decord, I do think it comes down, especially because we've seen him recently be the much better goalie. But I also think like some of these moves that both of these teams made over the offseason help their ability to score some more goals. Like as far as the Kraken, like getting in Chandler Stevenson, like, Montour is kind of going to help on the back end. And then you look over at the Blues, like bringing in Holloway kind of adds to their depth up front. So I do see a little bit of a quicker pace than these 2 teams would have necessarily played last year. So I do like the over here.
Albert, I'm gonna have to confirm this, but we'll lock this in first of all. Over 5.5 minus 130 is the second best bet. So we're gonna go into the first game, and we're gonna go 2 best bets here on this one. But we're seeing some stuff from the chat as of right now. I need your immediate reaction to this thing live on air, and can confirm from the chat. I should have just trusted them from the first place. But Kevin Weeks tweeting out 4 minutes ago. Breaking news, I'm told the Stanley Cup contending and cap spending New York Rangers offer of $88 million, which is $11 million AAV, has been rejected by goaltender Igor Shesterkin. Igor has rejected the highest goalie contract in NHL history. Albert, let's get your immediate thoughts.
It's October. Come talk to me in like March or April. I like, yeah, is it worth something? Okay, sure. Am I freaking out about it with what are we at? Like 8 months before he's a free agent? No, not really. Nope. Come talk to me near the deadline, near the summer, etc. I'm not going to sweat this for 8 months. So
Look at that level.
Would I love for him? Would I love for him to sign right now? Yeah, absolutely. Do I think 8 or sorry? Do I think 11 is around that number? Yeah, somewhere around there. But again, I'm just not going to sweat this for the next 8 months. I do think it inevitably gets done. I don't think it's going to be much higher than 11. Maybe 11.5, but like it'll happen. It'll get done. Not worried.
Oh, look at Albert growing up. Love it.
Yeah, I don't believe it, Albert. You're sweating. You're sweating a little bit. $11 million, highest goaltending contract ever, and he says, "No way, Jose."
So this was obviously a pretty hot topic over the summer among Ranger fans. And I think the $11 million offer is actually kind of what I had predicted it would come in at. It's just around the same cap percentage. If you look at a lot of these recent contracts, like the Vasilevsky contract, like the Bobrovsky contract, you go all the way back to the Lundqvist contract, they're all around 12%-ish of the cap, which is around where this is. So I do think that this is a fair number. Like these reports of him getting 14 million, like there's no precedent for someone getting that percentage of the cap as a goaltender. So I don't think it inevitably gets to that level. I think it ends up getting done around this, whether it's 11.5, 11.25, who knows? But like, I don't think you're going to see one of these contracts come in at 13.5 mil or anything.
Any concerns that they might have to cut staff around the arena, like people on the ice crew and stuff like that, to pay him?
Well, saying we now have like 26 people or something stupid on our team, like they might have to.
Okay. All right, let's get to game number 2 here of the day. This one taking place, puck drop at 7:10 p.m. here later today. Finally, the NHL doing kind of something right, staggering these games on opening day. Second game of the day, the Bruins and the Florida Panthers. Boston on the road at Florida for this one. We currently see Boston plus 126, the Panthers minus 152. I'm sure this one will have no bad blood here tonight. Alber, what are your initial thoughts on where we saw this game? Total at 5.5, minus 115 to the over, minus 105 to the under right now. Do you have any bets for us here?
So I wanted to like the Bruins in this game. I just can't get there on the number. I was hoping for a little bit better. And you're going to get this big whole narrative of like, oh, fading the defending Cup champs after winning and all that. I think the number is right. I just can't get there. And I really wanted to like the Bruins in this spot. Like I am high on the Bruins kind of going into the season. Just can't get there. I think the number's right.
Can't get there on the Bruins number as of right now for this game. Also, just quickly before I get handed over to So Money, this will be a fun exercise. Moretto posed the question. I know he's joking, but who gets more, Marner or Shesterkin? Just drop in the chat. 1, if you think Marner gets more money. 2, if you think Shesterkin gets more money. Drop them in the chat. 1s or 2s. So Money, what are your thoughts on where this game is currently at? What the number is, the price? Do you have any opinion, side or total as of right now?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as Matt here. I think I wanted to play Boston as well, but I think it's pretty fair. So I will pass on this game. Boston could be trouble for me this year. It's another season where I'm coming in lower on them. They've burned me in the past, so I'm not too keen on going up against them. I want to see how their season goes first, how they progress, and then at that point I can decide if I want to be fading them. But for tonight, I'll be sitting this one out.
Do you guys know if where did that one go? If Reinhardt is playing here tonight? Jordan Mosel is asking you. Do you have any idea if he's in for sure?
He didn't skate. He wasn't on the ice this morning. There's no confirmation as of right now. They had. Yeah, I don't see any confirmation. He wasn't on the ice this morning though.
Okay. There you go. Fair enough. That was just a question in the chat that I saw. Also, as well, quickly here, there is a question.
Right, I think he is going to be in. Sorry, I just read something
he's
else.
Be in?
Yeah.
Yep. There's a question here. Is Boston at plus 138 good enough? Obviously, shop around for some of these. We're currently looking at plus 126 on the Bruins on FanDuel. Is a plus 138 enough on the Bruins?
Yeah, that would get me there.
Yeah, I was really looking for 140, 138. I'd play at least a half. Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Let's head to our final game. See if we've got best bets here as well. Maybe some player props that we throw in if you guys have them as well. Final game of the night, Chicago Blackhawks, Utah Hockey Club. And we're going to be taking a look at Chicago on the road. First NHL game, regular season, that is, in Utah here tonight. The Blackhawks plus 142, the Utah Hockey Club minus 172. Total of 6.5 right now. The over is plus 106, the under minus 130. So Money, thoughts on this one in the debut, the home opener for the Utah Hockey Club?
Yeah, both teams I'm higher than market on. Even Chicago. I think that the number is a little is drifted too much. If you're betting Utah at this point, you're betting into the narrative of first home game, and I'm sure there's something to that. But it's been adjusted in the line, right? Like you're looking at what we're into the into the minus 170s right now, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I mean that's really tough to get to. So Utah probably wins this game. I think that there is something uh, to the first home game. The place should be rocking, but I think it's already been captured in the number here. So I'll be watching the game. These are two teams that I'm high on, but it's another one that I'll probably sit out. We start every season very
Getting a
slowly
feel
here
out.
with me.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. Alber, anything for you here in this game?
No, I agree with all that. I was kind of looking to maybe get a cheaper number on Utah here. I don't think it's there. I was looking maybe to get on an under. I'm not really trying to lay minus 130. I think the prices are right here. It's kind of boring, but yeah, I don't have anything here.
All right, so nothing for us in that final game. We do have two best bets. A couple questions from the chat I want to get to and kind of address here before we wrap this one up. So first of all, just because this one is a more time sensitive one, E. Colt asking, Swayman is starting. Yeah, so Money, you are the goalie whisperer. Do you know confirmation Swayman's starting? I searched around. I didn't find anything.
I haven't seen confirmation, but it'll be something if they promised um, if they promised to start to Corpusalo there, and they're not gonna give it to him, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
I mean that'd be interesting, but yeah, I haven't seen any confirmation yet.
Okay. So there's the one. I think that one is a good one to get out of the way. And then the other one here, Moretto had asked this when we were talking about the Blues game a little bit. Albert keeps talking about Blues improving. How?
So first of all, love Moretto chiming in the chat when he couldn't even be bothered to show up for the show this morning. Was like begging us to do it yesterday without him since he was just so busy he couldn't possibly make the time to do it. Look, I mean, they didn't have the additions the Predators did, and you can argue how good these contracts are going to be, but if you don't think adding Holloway, Broberg, and Foxa makes you better while losing only Blais and Vrana, I don't really know what to tell you. Now, is it like Stamkos March so shit? No, it's not that. It absolutely makes them better. It makes them deeper, especially on the back end. Like I am a big fan of Broberg, so like I think they had Callie Rosen there last year or something. So replacing him with Broberg is a step up. How much it affects them, we'll see. I tend to think that it'll help them quite a bit as they start the year.
Okay. Fair enough. There's your answer to that one. Final thing, I'll just give a prop for tonight. I'm just going to give this out. This is not from myself, but I do agree with it. This is from one of my buddies behind the scenes. He watches the shows, also betting on these. Credit to him because he'll probably come up at a few other points here. Props guy that I bet with, Leach, he sent over this morning Connor Bedard hat-trick in the Blackhawks game. It is currently priced at 85-1. If we're just going to put together some of these ones that are fun, I'll try to contribute a couple of these here and there throughout the week over at FanDuel. 85-1. It's sheer pricing. This is being priced close to where we were seeing guys like Mitch Marner being priced at to score hat tricks last year. And you can laugh at these all you want about comparing it to that, but he's a better goal scorer than that. You know, we were seeing William Nylander, Austin Matthews being priced significantly lower last year, 20-1, 25, 30-1. I think he's closer to that range of goal scoring than he is to the other end of that spectrum. And at 85-1, I just think that number is too far. So for 0.1 of a unit, we'll do the Connor Bedard hat trick 85-1 at FanDuel right now. So there's your kind of dart for the day if you want to throw that out there. Fun one for first day of the season.
Zach, I'll throw it in while we're doing the whole prop thing. Stick in the same game actually. So Teuvo Teravainen, 1 point, just get a point, minus 111. Top line with Bedard, top power play. Someone on Chicago's got to score, right? And if they do, he's very likely to be involved in that. So yeah, I'll go ahead and lock in Teravainen minus 111.
Nice. There you go. 2 props for today on top of the 2 sides and totals. So Money, anything else? Any other props you want to add?
No,
I put you on the spot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good right now.
All right, fair enough. So those are your best bets for today. You can check them out in the BetStamp app. We'll get these into BetStamp down right now. Everyone seems to be firing over on there, so I'm not going to be able to pull that one up. But we did lock in for a half unit. In the first game of the day of the Seattle Kraken game, we're going to be locking in Kraken money line for a half unit minus 156, and then the over 5.5 for a half unit as well, minus 130 as well. Alber, your prop, you have Bogfist. Is that who you said it was? Teravainen. Sorry, I saw something else pop up. Bogfist. Teravainen to record a point, minus 111, and then we will also go for 0.1 unit. Connor Bedard hat trick, 85-1. That'll do it for today's show. We will be back tomorrow morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time for more picks, previews, predictions, all that kind of stuff, answering questions from the chat. We appreciate everyone who showed up here for the first day of the 2024-2025 season. Thank you all so much for participating, liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Enjoy the games tonight. Good luck on your bets.